Now I'd really love to open it up and talk about our founders. Wayne Connell, IDA's president and CEO, founded IDA in 1996 out of the desire to educate friends and family about his wife Sherry's debilitating illness. Wayne's background fueled his passion for helping people's lives with illness, pain, and disability. His experience includes that of a multitasking husband, a caregiver with an extensive background in management, media, and technology. Wayne and Sherry have been married since 1994. They don't have any children because of Sherry's illness, but they do have two very loving and entertaining Nigerian dwarf goats, Java Latte and Toffee Mocha. That makes me hungry just saying it out loud. Jess Stainbrook is IDA's executive director who joined IDA in 2018 as their first full-time employee. In addition to his experience in nonprofit management and marketing, Jess is probably well known for his work in media and movies and has received 8 Emmy Awards and 29 nominations. Jess has dyslexia and grew up in a home with a father who lived with epilepsy. Jess and his wife Kina live in Colorado with 3 daughters. Invisible illness has directly impacted their family. Take it away, Wayne and Jess.
Oh, thank you, Hannah. Wow, that was just amazing. Hearing those first awards too, Jess. I mean, we got more awards to come. I'm very excited about that. But hey, let's share a little bit about Invisible Disabilities, kind of a little bit about what's been going on and what's coming up. And so I'll take it. We launched it back in 2015. Invisible Disabilities Week. This is the last week of last day of Invisible Disabilities Week. This is our 11th annual one. It's the first. It's the third full week every October. We have this week to really get people excited, to really just share and become aware the fact that invisible disabilities is so prevalent around the world. In fact, we've actually had 20 different governor proclamations from across the U.S. and 11 years since Colorado's been doing the proclamations as well, the whole entire 11 years. So really excited about that. This year, our theme for IDA is Invisible No More. So every year we have a theme. Being invisible no more with a disability is being treated no differently than somebody without one. Well, what does that mean? Well, as a society, as neighbors, as friends and family, we need to make sure we are not treating people with illness and disabilities like they are doing something wrong or lesser or damaged goods. We need to treat all people with dignity, honor, and love. Some people's disabilities and illness may have even impacted them so greatly they've become disabled and unable to work or even care for themselves. Other people may be able to work for 8 hours, then be down for the count, while most people are able to move through life with minimal interruptions due to their invisible disabilities. Yet seeing is believing is the issue, especially with the invisible. We are still human, productive or not, invisible or not. Spend 30 minutes with somebody who's been chronically ill for years and your life will be changed forever. Their tenacity, endurance, and strength will absolutely amaze you. What's real exciting is last year we launched our Invisible Disabilities Walk and Roll in May. People join us from around the world to walk and roll and run and ride, to roller skate and rollerblade and use their scooters and their walkers for the whole month of May. This year, IDA Ambassador Lauren Perez and her mom, Chris, together on the Yay team, were our top fundraisers, and they walked a lot of steps. Let's just say thousands and thousands of steps. I had the opportunity to up my game from walking 50 miles in 2023 to 70 miles in 2024. That's not including the regular steps around the house, But I even walked a half marathon during that time out in the country where I lived, 13.72 miles in 3 hours, 38 and a half minutes, and an average of 15:55 a mile and 27,000 steps. Oh my goodness, it was pretty crazy. But hey, stay tuned. We're signing up for the next year's walk and roll in 2025. So please stay tuned for that. So, hey, we're really blessed for our volunteer directors. IDA is an all-volunteer organization. Jess is our full-time employee that really kind of keeps us on the track. But our volunteer directors are invaluable, and we continue to encourage, educate, and connect people with invisible disabilities worldwide. Brian J. Esposito, many of you know who Brian is. He's our amazing director of development. He's been an instrumental in connecting IDA with businesses around the globe. There's Dr. Casey Bills. She's a director of our IDEAS, which stands for Invisible Disabilities Education Awareness and Support. Casey is helping us create educational resources for the corporate and educational markets. And we have 2 new directors we're so excited to announce. Our director of STEAM ideas, you'll learn about what that is, Dr. Jessica Hickstead, and our new director of impact, Josh Holtman. Jess, hey, would you mind bringing us up to date on our Invisible Disability National ID initiatives?
Yeah, glad to do that. Thanks, Wayne. Many of you guys know that since 2018, Alaska was the first one to pass some of our legislation that allowed for our symbol to be put on a driver's license. And now, as we move forward, our logo is the approved government symbol that recognizes people living with invisible disabilities. So in Colorado in 21, we actually made some initiatives here from a legislative standpoint and really started moving toward getting that stuff done. And there were a lot more things that went along with it. And so as we were doing that, everybody was watching us, all the other states. So as soon as it passed, we got a call from Utah and they said, hey, we want to do this too. We already have all the paperwork from everything that you guys did in Colorado. Let's implement it here. So yeah, you can actually get your the designated disability symbol on a driver's license now in Colorado and Utah, as well as Alaska. We are working with a lot of other states and legislators advocating just for some more of this legislation to get passed into law. States like Oregon, California, Ohio, Illinois, New York, Florida, and we're actually working at the national level with Canada as well. They want to do some things with our National Disability ID. And speaking of that, this is our National Disability ID card. This came about during COVID when some of the legislative efforts got shut down. We had a lot of people, constituents, basically say, hey, we need something that we can have. And so we created this and put it out there that you can order online, and it basically works as an identification symbol that hopefully when people see this symbol and you're wearing it around your neck and you walk into a store or go to a restaurant, somebody's going to ask you, how can I help? And that's the whole thing behind it. And it's not just here in the United States. We have agreements that are working in Taiwan, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. So we're really plugging away at a lot of different things like that. It's just been a really interesting year and we're excited for it. So Wayne, why don't you talk about some of our speaking gigs and the things we've been doing there?
Well, so our speaking and consulting is one of our biggest things that we do. We love to share, and we do a great primer called The 7 Realities of the Invisible Becoming Visible. It really helps companies and organizations understand disabilities and invisible disabilities specifically. And 2024 was another great year for sharing. I had the opportunity to share with a CACI. Well, Jessica Hickstead, who joined us as our director of STEAM ideas. CACI has been a big supporter. She works there. And so we had an opportunity to share with them, as well as Choice Hotels. It was a really exciting time to share with them about those 7 realities. But Jess, I know that you and I got an opportunity to present to Huron, but if you can share more about, you had an awesome experience with Pfizer this past year.
I did. Yeah, it was kind of awesome. So Pfizer's headquarters is in New York City, and they invited me out to speak, and it was actually kind of cool. So I popped in the night before, got a chance to hang out on Times Square, walk around a little, got myself some good New York pizza, which was fantastic. I'm from the East Coast, so that means a lot to me. But what they did is they had basically invited me in town to talk. They were doing a presentation, if you will, to all of their employees across the globe. 88,000 employees. We're going to see this thing at the same time, basically talking about invisible disabilities and how to engage people with that. We had a panel, as you can see in this picture, with a lot of folks that were from Pfizer that were living with different invisible disabilities and things that they have become advocates for within and without the corporation. So yeah, it was really an awesome time to just hang out and talk about all this stuff. A lot of good questions and an opportunity to share what it is that we do and how these folks can get involved as well.
Well, as you can see, Jess, we have an opportunity to speak at a lot of different organizations. We could be speaking every day, and that's what we'd love to do. We want to continue to provide expert consulting to companies and educational institutions and organizations to help them navigate invisible disabilities issues and needs. Make sure to check out the speaking and consulting page on invisibledisabilities.org. There's a button right on the front. contact us really soon here because our calendar's filling up quickly. We are so excited also, along with these the speaking opportunities, is to have great partnerships. Allsup, who's been our sponsors, our longest term sponsor is Allsup. They help people get Social Security disability insurance help, and they also participate in the Ticket Back to Work program with the Social Security, and they help veterans who become disabled or dealing with disability issues after they've been discharged. So pretty excited to be involved with Allsup. Love their great partnership over the years. We also launched a new partnership with the AATH, the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor, with our Healthy Humor Ideas initiative. I was honored to be one of AATH's keynote speakers at their annual humor symposium this year in Denver in April. I did a presentation on finding joy in the midst of suffering through healthy humor. I'm launching the talk virtually as well. So as you sign up, that's one of the talks you can ask about is the 7 realities, or we can do our talk on finding joy in the midst of suffering through healthy humor. Our newest partnership, Jess, is with Your Home TV. So let me tell you about a dream. Well, we've always had the dream to host a 24-hour television channel. Okay, it doesn't hurt that Jess is an Emmy Award-winning film producer. That's really a bonus for sure. But we really wanted to provide this channel to provide encouragement and education on invisible disabilities, illnesses, and caregiving that would be available to people around the world. Well, what's so exciting is this past January, with the generosity and support of Your Home TV and their on-demand video platform, we launched Invisible Disabilities Television. That's invisible-disabilities.tv. We are currently hosting about 60 videos available for watching right now on any web browser or Roku, with over 1.2 million views total and counting this year. Jess, can you share about the Invisible Encourage Show podcast on IDTV?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this is interesting. We started this show, this podcast, if you will, called Invisible Encourage. And it was during COVID. And, it started out with, a bunch of guys would tune in, and it was very cool. I think we were up to like 4,000 or 5,000 people. And all of a sudden it busted up to like 150,000. And we were on Facebook doing this live, and that was where we sat for quite a while. So this partnership with Your Home TV has really allowed us to take this to the next level, because as a podcast, we're not doing just audio, we're also doing video. So you can kind of see here, I've done a couple of great interviews. I just did one with Jamie Waller, an entrepreneur out of the UK that has dyslexia like myself. So we had an amazing conversation of what it's like to live with that and to kind of do workarounds. Like, how do you get through life not being able to read or comprehend the things that are going on? At the Super Bowl last year, I was able to have a couple of great conversations. I had one with Dr. Oz about some of the youth health initiatives that the NFL was working on. And then we also had DeAndre Carter of the Las Vegas Raiders. And he came on our show at the Super Bowl to share about him living with type 1 diabetes. And he was helping promote and advocate for Beyond Type 1, which is a diabetes nonprofit. So that was pretty cool. The Invisible Disabilities television that Wayne was talking about, you can watch 19 episodes of our Invisible Encourage show there at idtv.show. And who knows? I mean, give us a call if you've got a topic. You might be our next guest.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jess, here at IDA, we're so excited about ideas, right? What is that? Invisible Disabilities Education, Awareness, and Support, or ideas. Join us as we continue to focus on idea programming, such as Brain Ideas. What is that? It's cutting edge science, dynamically revealed, accessible to everyone. In fact, season 3 of Brain Ideas will be launching soon on the Neuro Invisible. We're so excited to be with a Neuro Invisible expert, Tim Goldstein, who will be joining us as the host of that. Check out our Love Ideas episodes, exploring the heart of relationships. That's couples relationships, business relationships, friendship relationships. That's also on there. We recently introduced the Healthy Humor Ideas and STEAM Ideas programs, which create awareness and education of disabilities in the science, technology, engineering, art, and math fields. Stay tuned for healthy living ideas, healthy home ideas. Who knows how many ideas we'll come up with, but I'm sure lots of them. Make sure to see all of these and more on Invisible Disabilities Television at Your Home TV at idtv.show. Hey, Jess, what about our ambassadors?
Yeah, I love talking about these guys. So these are folks that are just passionate about raising awareness at every level. And they all have different skill sets. It's just incredible. So, we've got ambassadors, we got junior ambassadors, and they're basically providing a voice for all of us that are living with invisible disabilities, pain, or chronic illness around the globe. I mean, they share their stories and their journeys via different platforms. Some folks are involved in business things, mentoring. Others are involved in, there's pageantry folks, there's business leaders, and again, other podcasters that are sharing their things. It's actually really incredible. So we love having them around, and we can't thank them enough. So, thank you to Crystal, Gail, and Tim, our newest ambassadors. Congratulations. Melissa, Maya, Justin, Lauren, Ariana, Valerie, Dr. Lily Bree, Jessica, Claire, Kimberly, Katie, Lava, Shay, and Kennedy. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing 24/7 to talk about and raise the bar for folks living with invisible disabilities.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Our ambassadors are out there. They're commenting, they're sharing their stories, they're really engaging and helping us make that additional impact. But Jess, of course, the heart of our organization is our invisibledisabilities.org website, where you can find all these things that we've been talking about. And make sure you check it out. We'll be updating. You can see the latest video editions, all the different things that are coming up. But what a great place, invisibledisabilities.org. Go check it out. Go check out all of our social media on every platform, and you can find that also on invisibledisabilities.org.